Hey, welcome again to Shoot the Ish. I definitely appreciate everybody that's been continuously being fans of the show and definitely watching the show. Um, Today, oh yeah, let's start with Happy Black History Month. But today, I'm not gonna start with this silly shit. I don't know if this episode may be long or not, but I just got a couple of things on my mind. It's just been a bunch of things that have been coming across the news, and this, as I said in the beginning, when we first started the show, episode one, that sometimes we gonna talk that it ain't gonna always be ignorant shit that I talk about, but sometimes it's gonna be some knowledge shit, just shit that I want most of my viewers to understand that we can go from shooting the shit and just kicking some knowledge. It's just food for thought with a lot of things, but I want to start off. Well, what I really want to talk about is this Gucci Prada thing. But before I even get into that, I just want to give you some background what I've been doing lately. Before I did the show, I just wanted to just look at the news, right? To see if I would have saw any of those issues come up. Go to the news, I see things about at schools, people are sending out nooses, and I'm hearing the reporter, the people that they're speaking to say, look, we get it. This is very offensive, and once we find out who did it, they should be fired. Okay, nothing wrong with that. That once they find out who did it, they should be fired. Okay. Then we hear about the governor who, when he was in his 20s, he had blackface on and took a picture with it. First he was saying, I don't know who that was. But whether or not, whatever that may be the case, but to me, how do I really feel about it? I done did some shit when I was a young boy, and I feel like, damn, if they would pull up shit, we had social media back then, if I was that important, goddamn, we'll be all crucified. It's just that they didn't find the shit yet, right? But truthfully, how do I feel? I mean, I really don't give a fuck. Because you have to have time to change. There are a lot of things that we've done and we grow. I mean, isn't that a part of life to grow? So then I go to my news feed. I go to Apple News feed. I'm looking up stories. I'm like, okay, I don't see anything about that topic. I don't see nothing at all. Nothing about the news. Then it goes, I start to think, I'm like, wait, damn. I guess this wasn't a big story. Okay. Alright. But I do recognize that when things happen with other ethnicities or other people or other races of people, it becomes a big issue. Please, I'll see the news that somebody defamed a synagogue or something. It hits the news. To me, at this point, I want to see truthfully what's really going to happen. What's really going to happen with this Prada, with this Gucci thing. Now, what I'm going to do is tell you a phrase, brand degradation. What is degradation? Degradation, I should say. I'm going to read an article for you. It was an article that Abercrombie and Fitch did in reference to the cast of The Jersey Shore. It states, Mike, the situation Sorrentino may have to find a new, may have to find some new, okay. Mike, the situation Sorrentino may have to find some new attire for his gym tan laundry routine. On Tuesday, clothing retailer Abercrombie and Fitch said it would offer substantial payment to MTV's The Jersey Shore cast member to stop wearing their brand on air. We are deeply concerned that Mr. Sorrentino's association with our brand could cause significant damage to our image. We understand that the show is for entertainment purposes, but believes this association is contrary to the aspirational nature of our brand and may be distressing to many of our fans. An Abercrombie & Fitch spokesperson said in a statement, "We have also extended this offer to other members of the cast and are arguably waiting for a response." Brand degradation. So, just remember the word, remember that story. Now, we're going to talk about Gucci and Prada. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you heard of those brands. No matter what video you turn on, music, rap video you turn on, you see it. For those who saw the Breakfast Club interview, you saw Soulja Boy with his Gucci bandana. You hear every rapper and their mother talk about Gucci this. You see at the award shows, what do you wear? Gucci. I'm wearing Prada. It's cool. But brand degradation is based upon them not wanting certain people to wear their clothes because you're bringing our brand down. Now, to me, wait, they come out with a sweater that has a black sweater with the logo, with the mouth that covers your mouth is red lipped. Prada has the ornaments with the monkeys with the big red lips on it. Then you have the jacket that had the black face with the red lips around it. Now, you have to understand, before shit like that comes out, there's a marketing team. It's not one person. It's a marketing team for a big corporation. Now, what you have to do when doing clothes, you have to make sure what you put on, it doesn't discriminate against anybody. It doesn't. You have to understand the history. How can we sell this? How can we push this out? How does this make sense? It's a team of people. So when they say, "Oh, we made a mistake about that. We're sorry that came out," you got to call it for what it is. Bullshit. There's no way in hell you bullshitted that. Or you made a mistake about it, I should say. Bullshit. So basically, what happens? You get people in an uproar, or you get social media in an uproar, or you get the people of color in an uproar. Like, how could you do this? How could you do this? We won't support your brand. Newsflash, they never gave a fuck about you supporting their brand anyway. There's a difference between wealth and being rich. They understand that minorities will buy. But that's some rich people. And also, it's some broke people trying to act like they're rich. So now, you ever seen something that you wore and you thought you just flying it? And then you go out wearing, and then you see a dusty person with the same outfit you got on. How do you feel? You don't even want to wear that outfit no more. You don't. And people who buy Gucci, people who buy Prada, always saw themselves of an elite group of people. So when you and a bunch of rappers put it on, and then per se they say they wear it tacky, you have to get your fan base back. How do you do that? Shit like this. To let your true buyers understand that we're not trying to get them. I want to show you that everything is slick. We want to show you that we do care about our real buyers, our wealthy buyers. And then understand, we're trendy shoppers. We go in with the trend. So, do they really care that they put that out? Hell no. Now, the question is, yeah, they're basically telling you they don't want you to wear their shit because they really don't give a fuck about you. Which, yeah, we can really talk about, because I know people say, well, shit, if that's the case, we can't wear shit. Cool, we probably can. But don't let a motherfucker slap you in your face and you're still running and say, hey, can I still get another slap? Don't let a motherfucker blatantly tell you that he don't give a fuck about you and you still... It's like we as black people have become the abused woman. We can get our asses beat, cheated on, treated like shit, and we still make excuses for the motherfucker who beat us. For the motherfucker who spit on us. When does it stop? Truthfully, when the fuck does it stop? Now, I can talk like this because I could probably say I barely have anything that's Gucci or Prada. Except for a pair of shades, that's Prada, and I got a watch that's Gucci. So what do I do? Do I not wear my stuff? See, the difference between me, I won't. Because again, I don't want to be the one who sits there and become that abused woman. Or that abuse anybody. You gotta stand for something. It's like every fucking week we're talking about standing up for something. Are we still gonna buy Prada? Are we still gonna buy Gucci? What I really want to see is anybody gonna talk about it? Are any of the stars gonna talk about it? No, I'm not talking about the corny motherfuckers. I'm talking about a movie star. I want to know if Lady Gaga gonna stand up and say, "Oh no, let's stand. Fuck Gucci." I want to talk about our majority of the white actors gonna talk who wear Gucci, who wear Prada, will they still stand up against it? Because I tell you one thing, everybody was standing up against R. Kelly. Everybody was taking that moral high ground. And again, I'm not saying what R. Kelly did was right. But he was never found guilty or nothing. And then people may say, well, no, that's different. He was fucking around with little girls. Do you understand what slavery actually was? Do you understand that we still to this day deal with a lot of the racial inequalities in this country? Do you understand what that image means? Do you? I spoke to somebody, they was like, yo, they seen that jacket, the one that I showed you earlier in the clip. They seen the jacket, they was like, yo, that's fire. I was gonna buy that. And I'm like, I can't get mad at that person. Again, if you don't know your history, you bound to look like a motherfucking fool. That's just the fact. And it's not about always something so racial, this or this. It's not about that. It's about like, look, anytime that we as a people talk about any issue that we are vilified. Oh my God, there they go bringing that shit back up. Nah, I can't let that shit go, because I guarantee you, all you gotta do is open your eyes. Watch the news. You know who you better not talk about. You better not talk about homosexuals. You better not talk about Jews. You better not talk about transgenders and nothing like that. Know your place. And I think a lot of us do. I think ethnic, black, Americans, we know our places without even anybody telling us. We still know our place. Are we gonna go to social media and say I'm not supporting them, but really still be supporting them? Because that's what we did with the football. I did pay attention to that. I would see people start with the I'm um, 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 I'm not about the football and everything like that, and they would talk that shit. I'm telling you, literally would talk that shit. But then I think they forgot that all the shit they was talking about. I guess you gotta keep up with your bullshit. But next thing I know, I see motherfuckers talking about Tom Brady and the game. He's the golden. I'm like, nigga, what you want to say? You don't get three fucks about football because you stood for something. That's why I say to a certain point, unity. There's definitely power in unity. But you gotta understand, like, if it ain't Prada or Gucci, it'll be something else. And it's about shit being thrown at us and everybody in the world looking at how we deal with it. Because guess what? They ain't talking about it on the news. So where the fuck are they talking about it? On social media? It wasn't that big of a story. How wasn't that big of a story? But shit like a noose at the school, and once we find out who did it, they deserve to get fired. Well, we know who fucking did this, and we know it's racist. So what do we do then? Are they gonna say, hey, we had to fire the whole marketing team and things like that? Fired the Gucci CEO for even letting something like that come out? Are we gonna write in to Gucci to say, hey, somebody needs to be held accountable for this? We damn sure know it ain't gonna get the news, because who basically becomes the victim of this scenario? You won't talk about this because guess what? That's a history lesson. To be accountable for something like that, you have to explain why that was offensive. And then you go back to explain why it was offensive. Then it brings more light to the situation of what happened to blacks within this country. Hell no. We already good with not telling them shit that happened. No, we ain't talking about that. Let's not talk about that, because therefore you're teaching people about the history of the injustices that happen within this country. So again, we're not going to get that deep and talk about that. So no. So there's no apologies, and that's basically what it is. And since we're even on this topic, right? You just lead me. I mean, tonight is Grammy night, right? It just leads me to start thinking, like, another one of my issues that I really have is, why do we always gotta? And it goes back to the Prada. Like, if it ain't their clothes, if it ain't them, like, in order to make it feel like we made it, we gotta make sure we get this, because that's the symbolism. And again, it's for motherfuckers who still don't want us, right? But it's the same thing with the Grammys. The Grammys is the one that is the upscale one, because they told you the Grammys was the upscale one. But when we have our BET Awards, we can't really even say BET Awards anymore, because when it was actually black owned, we didn't really fucking support it. Now it was bought by Viacom, so it don't really make a difference. But when it was black owned, the big name stars never came to it. But we was kissing those Grammy motherfuckers' asses, right? Again, we only feel good when they accept us. That's that slave mentality shit. Let's look at the Oscars. Oscars so black. Oscars this. They're not acknowledging the black actors. They're not doing this. Who gives a fuck? Again, a nigga don't want you. You still begging a motherfucker to be with you. Fuck that sound. Oh, you don't want to accept us? Cool. I don't give a fuck. We do our own awards and we support our shit. Now you understand what we bring. Do you know that uh, 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 the Harlem Globetrotters, right, or the NBA, they recognize that Harlem Globetrotters, like, to bring black athletes in. Black athletes weren't with the NBA at first. Nah, predominantly white. But then we came out with the Harlem Globetrotters. Oh my God, they saw what these black motherfucking players would do, and all the eyes were on how athletic they were and all this other shit. Guess what we did? I mean, not what we did. Guess what the NBA did? They brought the motherfuckers in. Bring more to their game. Now, what happens to Harlem Globetrotters? Shit. I mean, they still do their little gimmicky shows and stuff like that. They still somebody, but it ain't like it used to be. We really have to get to the point where we really give a fuck about supporting our own shit. We have to give a fuck about it. Let's look at our own neighborhoods, right? How many stores that you could say are owned by the people who look or represent their own neighborhood? Majority minorities can't say that. But we buy. I remember one time I had a situation where I went to the Chinese spot. I just wanted a motherfucking bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I tell a dude, that's what I want. And then I sat down and waited till while they were cooking my food. Chinese man said to me, pay first. I said, yo, my food ain't even done. Like, I'm sitting right here. Once my food done, I pay you. You don't pay me, I'm not making it. Like, what? The fuck are you talking to? He said, you don't pay, I'm not making. I said, but my fucking food ain't done. Why don't I fucking pay you and my food ain't done? Then you fuck up my food, and then I'm like, get my motherfucking money back, knowing you gonna say, hey, I made your sandwich, I wasted my food. You pay me. And I'll give you your money back. I told this motherfucker, I said, did you look at this area around here? I said, I don't see motherfuckers that look like you. But you feel like you can talk to and fucking think you can create certain policies in your business that are basically shit that I don't like. I pay taxes in here, in this area. Obviously you do too, but your customer skills is fucking horrible. But motherfuckers don't look like you in this neighborhood. So you could come to this neighborhood and just think you could talk to people with disrespect. And then I thought about it. I say, yeah, you could. Because no matter wherever you go, you see a fucking Chinese restaurant in your neighborhood, we support them, but look at the way they feed your ass. Behind a glass, a bulletproof thing. See, we scared of you, but we ain't scared to take your money. We'll come in, make money off of y'all, but don't do shit to support your neighborhood. Do you know that the black dollar doesn't stand out in the black community for less, probably not even like I think it's like 6 hours that the black dollar circulates within the black community. Hours. It was a statistic that showed that we don't, once we get money, we spend it. Because we don't have shit in our communities. I live in Middlesex County. You can go to certain areas. Like in Middlesex, you can go like Edison area. You know who run that shit. South Asians. You're not gonna open up a store. You ain't open up Roscoe's Chicken Shack in an Indian neighborhood. Motherfuckers are like, we ain't gonna support that shit. But guess what you see in the Indian neighborhood? You see their grocery stores, you see their clothing stores, you see their schools, you see their businesses, you see their mayor. You can't get mad at that. That's called unity. Something that we lack there. The only time we're unified is when we can go behind the computer and we all agree that I don't like this person, don't support. But that's again behind the computer. What you're doing in real life ain't reflecting what you're doing or what you're saying behind the computer. I think it's not to come off on this episode as just a disgruntled black man, as we always say, but it's just really to come across like, you. What the fuck do we think? If we don't stand for shit, what the fuck are we doing? Really, this ain't about hate this person, hate that person. It's none of this has anything to do with hate. It really has to do with just having a fucking bigger picture and having more respect for yourself. Demand respect. Only accept respect. Because if you don't respect yourself, I'm not going to respect you. It's like a motherfucker come in your house. Your house dirty as shit. Motherfucker come through your house with a bag of chips and a soda. He look around. And it's like, oh, this nigga house dirty. I'm going to throw my bag of chips and leave my soda, my empty can of soda right there too. But if he came in your house and he saw your house was sparkling clean, he going to feel weird to leave dirty, empty soda can or a bag of chips. Because he'll probably say, excuse me, where's your garbage so I can put it in the garbage? Because you respected what you had. Just like, I'm not gonna lie, as a young kid, I grew up in Newark. The streets in Newark was dirty, so I was good with throwing my trash on the floor. On the ground, I should say. After I finished the bag of chips, I throw my trash right on the floor, throw my can, buckets, and threw it right on the street. If it hit the ground or whatever, who cared? Then I left Newark and went to the military. Down in Georgia, those streets were clean, and I still ate my chips and I still had my soda. But you know what I did? I took that soda, held it in my hand until I saw a garbage can, because I knew that if I threw this, if I did what I did when I was at home, I felt like people would be watching me. So it's again, you have to respect yourself if you want others to respect you. You got to stand for something if you want somebody to understand who you are as a person. And this applies to all aspects of life, whether or not when you work, whether or not when you're dealing with people, whether or not with friendships, whatever. You have to respect yourself. Because if you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for something, motherfuckers will pull anything over your head and people won't respect you. That's just what life actually is anyway. But I guess my passion comes from, for one, it is Black History Month, and that being said, if I can give any advice, teach your kids something about history. Teach your kids that you guys came from something. And please don't be the black person who says, oh my God, there you go talking about that shit. Nah. Because I can tell you this. There is nothing wrong to know where you came from. It makes you strong as a person. It makes you realize that people can't throw shit over your head. It makes you not walk around with a jacket from Prada as a black person and have that shit on your back and you just chilling out in the street and motherfuckers looking at you like, look at this nigga. those who do know, but know how you actually look. You'll look like a stupid ass coon walking around with a motherfucking coat with coon ass shit on it. And the reason you walking around with that coon ass shit is either you don't know your shit or your parents ain't teach you shit. But either way, lack thereof knowledge. But again, phrase of the day, brand degradation. I guess Gucci and Prada got tired of niggas walking around with dusty Gucci slippers, dusty Gucci belts, holding their belts in every picture. Oh, I got a Gucci belt. But again, even though this may happen, and you know what? I think if there were black brands, the only way the sheep will ever buy it is if the elite actually supported it. We're sheep. See, the difference is, look, I'm guilty of it. And I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to keep calling her. I remember, who was it? What brand was it? I think Tommy at one time said he didn't want black people wearing his clothing. He made a statement. He apologized for it, whatever. Okay, I'm wearing it again. But that's even me. I can go to Walmart because I think sometimes the people's argument may be this. Well, nobody don't want us wearing their clothes, or, well, if I don't wear that, I'm gonna wear somebody else shit who white too. No, this has nothing to do with white or black. It has something to do with, again, if I blatantly disrespect you, why do I still put money in your hand? But again, we're used to that. That's what this is about. What is it that you stand for? So, I mean, I'll just sum it up on that, especially with the Gucci Prada thing. I just feel like, we should literally just be getting on our shit. Just make wiser decisions. I can't tell you to take your clothes away and just burn them and all that other shit. But my question is, how do you still walk around wearing something when somebody told you, when a person showed you what they really do, you ask? That's all I gotta ask. And before I close out the show, I'd still like to say, like I say every time, like, thank you again for those who constantly are watching the show, watching the channel, subscribe to the channel. But I still gotta ask a question, yo. With all the people I know and everybody that watch, only thing I've asked is to subscribe. Definitely subscribe to the channel. That helps me understand the support. And again, I definitely would appreciate all like the criticism and any remarks that you want to leave. Definitely leave a response in the bottom, things that I can do, things that you guys would like to see, any topics that you guys would like me to even touch upon. And like I said, tonight, I know I normally come sometimes with some hilarious shit sometimes, but at this point, just want to just bring an episode. We just talk about some just real live, just bugging out type shit. You know what I mean? So at this point, I definitely appreciate all those who are continuously tuning into the channel. And again, I thank you for watching the show. Good night.